Now an update on our continued reporting out of the town of Campbell, where more than 1,000 families are drinking bottled water because their wells may be contaminated. In March, the Wisconsin DNR issued an interim area-wide drinking water advisory for the town of Campbell after hundreds of wells tested positive for PFAS. PFAS are dangerous man-made chemicals linked to diseases like cancer. Now, the city of La Crosse has taken responsibility for some of the contamination. PFAS was used to produce the foam sprayed at the La Crosse airport for decades. City leaders have now asked the FAA for a waiver to stop using PFAS-produced foam at the airport. But the FAA has yet to grant the request. News 8 Now's Tyler Jobe is live in studio to explain why town supervisors say they are tired of waiting.
Congress directed the FAA to switch to PFAS-free firefighting foam by October 4th of this year. Well, that deadline has passed, and the FAA administrator says he's optimistic airports can use PFAS-free foams in January of 2023. But Town of Campbell Supervisor Lee Donahue says the FAA must act now.
I'm shocked. I'm disappointed. I'm angry.
Hundreds of private wells in the town of Campbell have tested positive for dangerous chemicals known as PFAS. And it appears residents will have to keep waiting before they can drink safe well water again.
They are suffering from an issue that was caused through no fault of their own.
For decades, firefighting foam containing PFAS were sprayed at the La Crosse Regional Airport. PFAS spread throughout the groundwater and into the drinking water wells of nearby homes. The DNR tested for and found more than 500 contaminated wells.
PFAS doesn't go away. It's called a forever chemical.
The FAA is asking airports to minimize the use of firefighting foam with PFAS until it can find an alternative.
Really the only occasion where PFAS foam would need to be used is for an actual aircraft fuel fire.
Administrator Steve Dixon says the FAA has conducted more than 400 tests with many PFAS-free foams, but he says the agency has not found a safe replacement.
We were interrupted somewhat by COVID because of inability to be able to get on site for some period of time.
Town of Campbell Supervisor Lee Donahue says COVID should not be an excuse. Other international airports have successfully used PFAS-free foam for years.
There is no excuse. We are wasting time. We are wasting money to independently certify something that's already been scientifically proven.
PFAS is still spreading through the groundwater, and while there's no stopping the flow now, Donahue says we can prevent more contamination by replacing PFAS foams with a safer alternative.
It's very simple. Turn off the flow.
Now, as we have reported, the La Crosse Regional Airport is no longer using PFAS foams for training. Amy?
All right, thank you, Tyler. Supervisor Donahue says the town is working with the U.S. Geological Survey and is testing other locations throughout French Island for PFAS and other contaminants. She says the town should have some of those results in the next few months.